Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Waffle with Luke and Memphis. In today's episode, it is just me, Luke, as Memphis is at work, and I kind of wanted to get this podcast done as quick as possible because obviously the big news coming out of SmackDown that the Wyatt Six have returned. The show ended with them obviously standing tall and had a birthday cake, obviously because it was Bray Wyatt's birthday, so they blew that out, which I thought was a really nice touch. It was quite unexpected. I did not see it coming. I don't think a lot of people saw it coming, so it was pretty much a shock. Obviously, they interrupted in the tag match. I want to say this is kind of just a way to bring them back in. I can't see them feuding with any of the tag teams that were involved in the match. Maybe because it's looking like the tag team is going to be Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. Maybe it's them two that go after the tag titles, and maybe they even win them as well, which would probably be a good thing for them just returning. The only other thing I can think of is obviously DIY. That's probably who maybe Howdy or feud with, because obviously they have past history with a couple of the members in that faction, especially Dexter Lumis, because when Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell split up, kind of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, who has just joined DIY as well, to form this kind of trio, kind of turned their backs on him. So I don't know. It's interesting. I think obviously we'll have to see in the weeks to come, you know, what comes off it. Who did the feud with? As I've already said, I'm guessing they're just gonna have a couple matches with DIY, but they did take out absolutely everyone. And the thing that did confuse me was when Uncle Howdy took down Nathan Fraser. Obviously, Fraxium are the baby faces, so I'm not really sure. They have been listed internally as baby faces, I do believe, from what I saw earlier. Twitter is down, so I can't really load anything up about it. But yeah, it is very interesting. Other than that, there's not really much else to say. Obviously, they've just came back, so it's kind of up in the air what they do. I think they could do absolutely anything, but as I say, it was a very good return, quite unexpected as well. Obviously mentioned it at the start, but blowing out Bray Wyatt's birthday cake was obviously because it is his birthday. Obviously, as I've already mentioned, but I thought that was a really nice touch and a really good ending to the show as well. I thought SmackDown as a whole was a lot better this week than it has been for the past couple of weeks as well, just from a different standpoints. Obviously, we got another Saturday night main event match confirmed as well, which was Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the Women's United States Championship. I expect Zelina to retain. To be fair, it wouldn't shock me if Chelsea got her title back, but I do expect Zelina to retain. Obviously, we already did our Saturday night main event predictions, so obviously that wasn't included in the video because it wasn't announced at that point. Other things in the show, LA Knight qualifying for Money in the Bank as well is something that I was very, very happy with. I wanted him to qualify over Alistair and Shinsuke. I know a lot of people wanted Alistair in there, you know, as his first PLE back in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I'm a huge LA Knight fan, so I wanted him in that match as well. Same with Julia winning the triple threat against Charlotte Flair and Zelina Vega. I wanted her in the Money in the Bank ladder match if you did listen to the weekly waffle. Yeah, and obviously back to LA Knight being in the match. I think LA Knight winning this match, I hope that he goes on to win the briefcase now, in all honesty. I think he should have won it in 2023. I think it was when Priest won it. I thought he probably should have won it last year as well, and he should definitely win it this year. So I do hope that that he does come away with the briefcase. Obviously, I think there's still two members to be added, and I think obviously 2 triple threat matches still to be had. The interesting one for next week is the women's one between Naomi, Nia Jax, and Jade Cargill. I hope that Naomi wins that triple threat. I think she needs it more than the other two. I think she should win the women's ladder match as well, just based on the character work that she's been doing since she has turned heel it would make a lot of sense for her to win Money in the Bank and maybe even take the title from either Tiffany. Well, it probably would be Tiffany Stratton, but even the Women's World Champion Io Sky. But I don't think she'd cash in on Io, in all honesty. But yeah, back to the Wyatt Six. As I've already mentioned, I'm gonna guess they're gonna have a couple matches with DIY. I think they're gonna try and establish Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis as a tag team in the tag division. Obviously, Uncle Howdy being the single star. I expect Nikki Cross to have a couple matches with Candice LeRae. Obviously, the history there when Nikki Cross was by herself and she was looking for a friend. She was always asking for Candice, but Candice was always kind of saying no. So that does make a lot of sense to do that match. I'm going to guess Howdy will probably face Gargano or Ciampa one-on-one, or maybe even have a match with Fraser because he did attack him. But and I think Eric Rowan will just be there just for the just to be the big guy in the group. Obviously, I expect him to be in like the trios matches and things like that. But yeah, I think having Dexter and Gacy as the tag team would really work in this faction. I do really like Gacy. I do really like Lumis as well. I think, especially Gacy, I think he's really, I think he's really good. And obviously, back in NXT, a lot of people had comparisons to him with Bray Wyatt as well. But an interesting thing as well is obviously Alexa Bliss. Obviously, Wyatt Six and Alexa Bliss are on the same faction. Not faction, sorry. Brand SmackDown. So it'll be interesting to see if they do interact at any point. I do expect them to. And I think that'll make for a really interesting story if Alexa does join in with the Wyatt Six. Because if you do that and you pair her up with Nikki Cross like we have had in the past, you've got another women's tag team for the women's tag division, which in my opinion is slightly lackluster at the minute. So I think that would really help. But even as singles competitors, I think Alexa would add a lot to this group. And I think it would make sense for her to be in this group as well, considering her history with Bray Wyatt. But I think it would make for a interesting story, depending on if she would join or not. But obviously she's got this thing on with Charlotte Flair at the minute, so you never know, it could be her and Charlotte that come in as a tag team. And obviously I would not expect Charlotte to join the Wyatt Six. That's the last thing that I would think of. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Obviously, let us know your thoughts on the Wyatt Six in the comment. I know a lot of people are going to be happy that they did come back. The video that we did that was released a couple of days ago now, Where Have the Wyatt Six Been, which was 9 days ago, is now on 64 views. It's got a few likes as well, so we do appreciate that as well. That was 9 days ago, and 9 days later they've came back, so I think our podcast may have done something. may have done something, but yeah. That's it. If you want us to do more Wyatt Six videos, maybe how the Wyatt Six should be booked, I think we mentioned it in the podcast that we did do. But if you would like to see a video like that on how we would book the Wyatt Six coming back, we'd be more than happy to do that. I know Memphis has a lot of fun with the booking stuff, and so do I. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on the Wyatt Six in the comments, and leave a like as well if you did enjoy it. And yeah, subscribe, like, follow us on the TikTok as well. We should be posting a bit more on there more often. Some of the TikToks, they've got a couple of likes, which I'm pretty happy with. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one.